हेलो स्टूडेंट्स। आज मॉर्निंग की जो असाइनमेंट आपके साथ शेयर की थी मैंने, 9 क्वेश्चंस थे वहाँ पर। 9 क्वेश्चंस का सेट था। रिव्यू प्रॉब्लम्स थी जेई एडवांस 2020 को लेकर के। तो उसका ये फर्स्ट प्रॉब्लम है जो मुझे कुछ लोगों ने सॉल्व करके भेजा है अभी तक। आई मीन कुछ लोगों ने सॉल्व किया और कुछ लोगों ने क्या, मतलब आई कैन काउंट हार्डली 3 to 4 persons हैव गिवन द करेक्ट आंसर। only 3 to 4 persons, right, which is roughly 0.5%. So only 0.5% people have given the right answer. And the problem क्या है इसमें ना, प्रॉब्लम एंड द प्रॉब्लम इज दैट कि अगर आप इस क्वेश्चन को रीड करोगे, व्हेन यू रीड द क्वेश्चन, एट द फर्स्ट मोमेंट it seems that some informations are not appropriate, informations are not complete, there are some incomplete informations, right? It seems at the very first instant, at the very first moment, it seems that question is incomplete, right? So let's start solving this question now, right? If you read the question, it is given that there are two particles, particle 1 and the particle 2. They both start at the same time. Particle 1 is thrown, it is projected, let's say with speed u at some angle theta. At the moment particle 1 is projected, at the same time particle 2 starts from rest, that is 0 speed. Particle 2 will slide down, particle 2 will slide on a frictionless surface, it is sliding down on a frictionless surface, and if angle of inclination for the surface is alpha, its linear acceleration of sliding should be g into sine alpha, that is component of g on this inclined plane. So particle 2 will slide down with g sine alpha acceleration. Particle 1 is projected and it will follow a parabolic path. Let's say this height is h. Now making of equations. Point number 1, which is given in the question, that both particles, that point number 1, both the particles, particle 2 and particle 1, they start simultaneously and they reach point P at the same time. It is given in the question, both particles reach point P at the same time. So time for the particle 1 from starting point till the point P is the complete time of flight. So the particle 1 will take a time equals to that equals to time of flight, which is 2u sine theta over g, whereas time corresponding to particle 2 can be calculated by applying s equals to ut plus half at square. And notice that the displacement of particle 2 will be this length, and this length, which is the displacement of particle number 2, will be h over sine alpha, that is the displacement of particle 2. It starts with 0 velocity, so u into t is 0 into t plus half acceleration of particle 2 is g sine alpha and t square, and we can put the same value of t. We can put the same value of t because it is given in the question that time taken by particle 2 is same as the time taken by particle 1. So now it is s equals to ut plus half at square. Further, it is given that both particles reach with the same speed also. So particle number 2, which start from the height h, particle number 2 will start from the height h and it will reach with some speed, and that speed is same as the speed of particle 1. In projectile we all know that if you project the particle with a u speed, then the particle will return at the same level with the same speed u from energy conservation. Since point O and point P are on the same level, conservation of energy says the kinetic energy at point O must be equal to kinetic energy at point P, because of which if particle 1 is projected with a speed u, it will come back with the same speed u. And as per the question, particle 2 when it reaches to point P has the speed same as that of particle 1. That means particle 2 which starts from 0 velocity, that particle after sliding down reaches to point P with the same speed u. And if you apply energy conservation equation for particle 2, which is as at the height of h it will have some potential energy mgh, and at the bottom it will have some kinetic energy half mu square. So mgh should be equals to half mu square, and you will get that u equals to root of 2g h. So from this equation and substituting u equals to root 2gh, if you substitute these two equations, you will get a result. In this expression, if you substitute u equals to root 2gh, you will get one result from here, and that result will be that 4 sine square theta sine square alpha equals to 1. That is one result, first equation. Another equation is the range for particle 1 is particle 1, this length is the range of particle 1, and if it is h, if it is alpha, this base length will be h over cot alpha. You can apply tan alpha equals to h over this length. So that range will be h over tan alpha, and that range will be written as u square sine of 2 theta by g. You will substitute the value of u here, u equals to root 2 of 2gh. Substitute that u in this equation, and when you simplify this result, you get one more equation. From its simplification, we get one more equation, and that is 4 times of sine theta cos theta equals to cot alpha. This is one more equation, second equation. Now we will eliminate alpha from these two equations. We will eliminate angle alpha from this equation and from this equation. And when we eliminate angle alpha, from equation 1 and equation 2, we get another equation for angle theta. And that another equation for angle theta is something like 16 cos to the power 4 theta minus 20 cos square theta plus 3 equal to 0, which is a quadratic equation. And if you solve the values of the quadratic equation, you will get that theta equals to 65.32 degree, which is the answer for this specific question. Right? I hope the solution is now clear to you. I will upload more solutions for the other questions also, but it will take some time. Till then, you watch the solution of first question.